Hi, I'm going to explain to you how to tile your floor. Now, the first thing that comes in very handy to understand when you're going to do a tile floor is that you have to learn a lot. You have to actually sit there and read or watch videos and watch somebody else do it. Something to where you learn about the whole process of tile flooring. So that's why I made this video a little longer, so that you can actually learn how to do it and just pick up tips as you're going through the whole video. It's going to be longer than some 5-minute video. It takes a long time to do tile floor. It's usually about a week job if you're doing it at a reasonable pace, unless you're doing a smaller area. So it'll be a lot of fun. You're gonna work hard. You're gonna learn how to do it, and you'll have this huge sense of accomplishment after you actually install the tile. Okay, you want to make sure wherever you're putting the tile down on is almost perfectly flat. Now, there was a vinyl floor in here that was in a vinyl. It was one of those squishy vinyl floors that was about, an eighth or almost a quarter of an inch thick, one of those squishy ones. If you put tile over that, it's gonna bend and crack and stuff. You want it to be solid and flat. Now, this type of vinyl floor is a thin kind. See how it's like a little bit thinner? And you can maybe even put tile floor right over that and not have any problems. And see, the way that the vinyl floor was on top of this, there was floor leveler. That's some stuff you can buy. You don't have to worry about it too much, but somebody had leveled the floor and got it even with what this was. It looks like Luan. I think Luan's like an eighth of an inch thick or something, and it just depends. That's Luan, and they got this really level. And I was actually here when that was going on. I hired somebody to do it, and so then the vinyl floor doesn't pick up any inconsistencies when it goes over, and that's something else. However, so fortunately this is very level, and it goes all the way into the bathroom. And if you're putting it in the bathroom, you take the toilet out and put it around there. And if you can paint the trim or whatever before, that's something else. You want to make sure that's painted so you don't get it on the nice tile once the tile's down. And you take up the shoe molding, which is in here. That's another thing you can see. I put it in here and I painted it and got it all ready and everything. So that's the stuff that was on the edge of the right there, the transition piece that I took off from the vinyl floor. Okay, now just to be sure you have it perfectly flat before you put the tile down and it's never gonna break or anything, you want to put this down. This is cement board. And this is easy. This one's called Hardy board. There's a couple different brands. This one's very common. They come in 3x5 pieces, and I bought a bunch of them. You measure out the square footage. You measure this way by that way. And so if this is 3x5, that's 15 square feet. And you take a measuring tape and you measure the whole room, all the pieces. There's a piece right there that might be like 3.5 by whatever. You measure the inches and you multiply it and you get that, and you add up the square footage. This whole kitchen, including this bathroom, was about 190 square feet, 187 square feet. Also, if you have a stove or something or a refrigerator, you have to pull this out and put it in a different room and move everything off the floor. Hi, and before you put down the Hardy board or the cement board, whatever brand you get, this board over here, or before you put down the tile, you've got to really sweep up the floor really good. Make sure there's no dirt on it. Now when you're putting this down, all you really need is a drill, a good drill, and a measuring tape, a pencil of some sort, and these 1.25 drywall screws. And it already has on this hardy board, it has all these pieces right here where you just put the screws right in.
Oh yeah, tile thing. Tone low, 1992. Ha ha. Tile thing. When you're putting in a tile flow, you might take off the doors. I'll show you in a video, so sit back and enjoy the show. Ha ha ha. Tile thing. If you tile the flow on your own, you'll save so much dough. You'll do real good, so take it slow. I know you'll be a tile pro. That's right. Ha ha. Tile thing.
I just put down this as much as I could without having to cut anything. And what you want to do is, instead of lining up the backer board against that wall and having it come to here and then put a little piece here, instead of doing that, you run the whole thing over it to give it some strength over there, so when somebody stands on the edge, it keeps its shape and the tile won't chip or something, or the grout won't chip. And the same goes true for if you're doing a transition right here. See, I was gonna put this backer board right up to here and have it go like that, but then there'd be like a funny transition right here. Every time somebody steps on that, it'll get weaker and weaker, and it could be like, you know, crumble apart. The grout could crumble, or the tile could break, or something like that. So I wanted to have a whole piece go across there. So I had this piece line up over there, and then over here, that'll cover up that transition and make it more solid. And then I just put down whatever pieces I could without having to cut it, and put it all across here. And the rest I'm gonna have to cut. And this is gonna be the trickiest part with the tile, both the tile and the backer board stuff, because I'm gonna have to cut little pieces around this. So that's why it's good that you're using a reciprocating saw, because you can cut like little angles and stuff. You just want to use this right here, and you want to do it outside because it creates a lot of dust. And then you just make sure the blade is something like this, something that can cut through cement board. Okay, so we're gonna put this piece down right here. Okay. Okay, this is what I'm doing right here. Now, I could just go get the saw and make a better cut, but I just want to do this. Okay, got it. Then you just screw it down like the rest of the pieces. If you need it, you can use a blade, man. tiny pieces, like I had to put it around this heating unit thing, use some liquid nail and just squirt it on there or whatever. That's good enough. And then so then you just put these in here. There's that piece. And then this piece goes right here. Whoa. And that's it. And then you'll just cut another piece at a straight angle right there and right there. So that's it pretty much. You just put all the backer board down and the concrete board, whatever you want to call it, the subfloor, you just put it down and then you put the tile over it. Okay, so next we'll move on to, I'll show you what it's like when it's done. Here it is. Okay, the entire subfloor is down. The cement, every little corner of it is good as it can be. We got little pieces in there, little pieces glued there that couldn't be screwed there. And right here, we've got the tile. We laid it out to just get a sort of understanding of about where it's gonna go. Looks like we're just gonna get it level with those cabinets right there, and we wanted to see how close or far they'd go right here to where it matches up to this wall. And there's gonna be shoe molding over that when that's all done. I can put that up or whatever. Just take it one step at a time. Don't worry about these little details, or just do it. Just do it. That's the best advice for this tile right here. Okay, so that's it. You lay it. Once you get the whole subfloor down, you put the tile down just loosely, and you put these little spacers, those things that he was holding up. And this is Corey here. And you figure out like kind of where it's gonna go. Those look like they'll all fit in there and come along here. Let's do this. So cut all that. We're gonna do this all in one swoop.
I guess.
Can you carry it?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do this. 1992. Okay.
Well, it's a good thing we did this outside, yeah. We're taking turns stirring. It can be a bit of work.
Churning butter.
Yeah, okay. It's supposed to be a peanut butter type consistency, which right now
Yeah.
it's looking about
A smooth peanut butter consistency. Now just watch me as I do it, and you'll get a feel for how to do it. When you're going like this, you kind of, it's not going to dry when it's on thick like that for a while. And see how when I push this down flat, see how like when I push it down flat, whoa, it's hitting so, oh, it's hitting the, it's thick on there. And when you turn it at a slight angle, it keeps some of it like under the middle of it. And when you have this edge grinding, it kind of helps push it down as you're grinding along the edge. And then you can scrape it right to the floor. Unless you're making a joke. Okay. And then you put it on like this. And I drew, if you can see, I drew a line right here where the thin set is supposed to go. And you have a while before it dries when it's all thick on like this. Once you put it on real thin and do the final coat of how it's supposed to be, it could dry in as fast as 20 minutes or so, about 20 minutes. So you go right up to the edge and you have time, because when it's on thick like that, you don't have to get it down super fast. And just take it as it goes. And if it's on too clumpy, this came out pretty smooth. You can go back over it and put it on thicker like this, you know, or that was unneeded. But I'm trying to demonstrate, sometimes it's all too clumpy, you didn't mix it all right, and you want to smooth it, keep smoothing it out as you're going. Like that is too thin right there. Like there's some big clumps right there. And you gotta mix those in somehow, and then just go back over with the final coats. And if it's too thin on it, you can push it down. You can push some of it down from the center of the thing, and just get it pretty uniform. Try to get it uniform so it really starts looking smooth on there. And make sure it all goes down. And it took me getting the hang of it a while before I figured out how to do a good job of it. And you just have to start actually doing it, and you'll learn as you go. It'll seem more intense sometimes. It'll be like, whoa, this is so intense, it's gonna dry fast in 20 minutes, I don't know how to do it. Like, I didn't know quite every last aspect of it until I actually did it myself and learned about the time that it dries and how to get used to doing it. So you have to learn by doing. And if you mess up a couple tiles, if they're not even or centered, just pick up the top, prop up the tile, chip up all around the thinset that you put down, and replace it. That's another thing. You want to have tons of extra tile when you buy it, so that you might want to have 1 or 2 extra boxes in case people drop a pot on it and break it or something later or whatever. You know, I don't think anyone's ever going to break this stuff though, but you know, you want to put it on as best as you can. You want to stay on top of any leaks that you have or any spills that might get under your grout, but it's never going to really happen for the most part. And you can do it by eye. And here's what you want to do if you're doing it by eye. Lay this one like this, the best accurate way, and don't push it down all the way yet. Just lay it there. Lay it down right now. And just this tile's garbage. This one, maybe some little piece can do that later. That one's not good. Okay. So put this down. And the reason why you don't want to push it down super hard yet is because you want to do it by eye and get it as accurate as possible if you're doing it by eye. This has some crusties on it. And crusties. Maybe I had a girlfriend that said something about crusties. I don't know what she was talking about. But see there, you might have to pick it back up if something's wrong. Wait, it needed some in that corner. And then just push it back, get it about accurate, leave it there, don't push it down yet. And yeah. And those look all about accurate. Like almost exactly accurate, those. So that's about right. You don't want to do it. Okay. Let's just watch, I guess. Okay. And that's it. Right there. That looks like about good. And you can scrape this. Oh, well, I'm going to put more on right there. But I'll scrape it off just in case. I'll scrape it off just in case. And it's drying under the tile, but it's covered up. It doesn't have any exposure to air, so it's not going to dry super fast. You got all night for it to dry all the way, or all day. And put it in this box. And scrape that excess off. That's about it. So then once these are down here, now you gotta push them down. Just push it a little bit. Don't step on it all the way with all your might. Just barely push it down with your foot. Just the exact right amount to where it pushes those lines in and creates a suction. And make sure it's balanced correctly. You know, you've got to have the right angles and everything. This piece going up against this wall. Nah, that's gonna have to be cut anyway. So no sense in cheating it and getting it somewhat inaccurate just to okay. And push it down. You can push the sides a little, and just that's how you do it.
And we got all the tile down. We got all the tile except for the corners where you cut them into little pieces. Okay. We got the tile saw put together. We got that. You just read the instructions. It's easy. All you need is this and this piece. That you move back and forth. You lock it down and you cut.
And that's how you do it. Hey, so sometimes you get a piece, and as you can see, this makes a big mess when you're using the tile saw. It gets water flings all over the place. You want to wear dirty clothes just in case you probably will get water all over yourself. So here's what you do. If you have a funny piece, you had to get this exact. You cut that piece first and then do this, and then that actually chipped off at the end, just like we thought it probably would. And so then this piece is supposed to be cut right there. If you can see the line on, there's like a little line right there. And this has to be cut right there. And the only way to really do it, we tried chiseling it and it cracked the whole piece. So this is how you do it. Wait. What?
You want to do it with a drill?
Here it goes.
Whoa!
Yeah, it just knocked it right off.
That's awesome.
Okay, here's the piece. It's gonna go right about there, and it fits just perfectly. And the shoe molding is gonna cover that up right there. The shoe molding there and there. So, and then here's another little piece I just cut. And this can go anywhere. It can go like that, or you can turn it like this and put grout between it, like that. So there it is. Okay, hi Jenny.
Hi.
Hi. She's a cute girl in disguise with a mask on. You've only done tile once?
Yeah.
Okay. So here's the tile saw, and it sprays water, and I told her that it sprays out that way and a little bit this way, but not really much this way. So she's gonna cut this. I marked this, and she's gonna cut it. Explain what's going on here. I went around the room in order and I picked up every tile. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and all the little pieces that went with them. I picked them all up in order, and I started from here. I put them all down there, starting from bottom to top. When it got to like their little ones that couldn't be stacked up anymore, I started a new pile. I put them there, stacked those up, put them here, stacked them up, put them all like this until I went around the entire room like that and picked all the ones up that once they fit in the right place, and I saw that they fit, and I stopped right here. And that was right there. Now I'm gonna mix a bag of thinset, this last bag of thinset right here, probably. And I have another bag outside that's partially used, and I'm gonna start probably right here and go around the room, put all the thinset around, and as I go, I'm gonna put the tile down, and I'm gonna do the entire edges. Probably do it all right now. It's gonna take a few hours or so. And then once I get to there, I'll be done. So that's it. And the whole room will be done with the floor. And then once that dries, the next day you can come back in and put all the grout between the edges with a sponge. And you can just use this this sponge right here. This right here. This will do fine. They sell these when you buy the tile, and you just put it on, and the grout dries in another day, and then it'll be all completely done. Maybe you can mop it and put the if you want, once all that's done, once the whole floor is completely done, and that's all you really have to do, then you can put this stuff on. I bought 3 of them so I could coat it a lot. I bought Grout and tile sealer. So I bought a bunch of them because I don't want it to get old looking. So I'm gonna really cover it up and make sure it's sealed in the grout and it doesn't get stains on it and actually looks really good. And then you can put down the last little thing if you want to put shoe molding on over it. I already painted the shoe molding and took it all off. This is the shoe molding that goes the little pieces around the edge. And I took those off, so that's it. And if you have a toilet bowl that you took off, you'll get a new toilet bowl flange piece or piece that hooks to the flange, and it goes right there, and then you'll fix the new toilet bowl on top of the tile and everything, and they have a little spacer that'll be the right size for your toilet bowl and everything. And then this vanity was messed up, so it was old looking, so I took that out, and I have to paint these walls, and then the whole bathroom will be done, and the kitchen will be done, and that's it. And then you put back your refrigerator, and you put back your stove. Or if you're just in a room like this, you don't have to do any of that. You just put it down in the room that you're doing it in, wherever you're doing your tiling. I obviously have good floors in here, I don't need to. Okay, so that's it. I'm gonna put it all down. That's it. Okay, bye. Hey, how's it going? The tile floor is almost completely done. All that has to be done is the grout, and put this shoe molding on. Shoe molding that's all laid out there in the proper order. Got it right up to the edges. I cut all those edge pieces out, even these little pieces over here. So that's the final step, is putting in the grout, and that's it. It's almost done. So we're here with the grout. We mixed it out there, and after you mix it all up really good for a few minutes, keep mixing it, getting all the clumps out of it. You let it sit 10 minutes and mix it again. And it has the directions on the actual bag. You want to use this type of trowel. It's a plastic or rubber trowel. You can order these online if you don't want to go into a store. You can order it all online if you don't want to go into a store and just do it at your house. If you're like, I don't want to go, and that would be crazy though. You got to get some at the store, and some if you don't feel like going in the store again, you can just order it. Like I ordered that trowel, this plastic one. I didn't want to drive to Home Depot if it's too far away or whatever. And okay, that's it.
All right. Okay.
Okay. You go back here and you just get it into here. No one's gonna see this because the stove is back there, but you still want to get it as good as you can and get it in all the cracks. Can you see that? Hey. Huh. Like you're out fishing for a guppy, and you have to walk on it. Don't walk in the place that you already grouted. That's it, pretty much. Just Okay, we got done with the whole floor.
The whole floor.
We're trying to walk on it like this so we don't step on it. It is all done.
All done.
You wipe it off as you go. You let it dry for 10 minutes here and there after you apply it. and you scrape it off as best you can, and then you let it dry as you go for 10 minutes, and then you wipe it all off with paper towels or a sponge right there. You just wipe it all off as you go. Use a sponge and a bucket, or just use paper towels. Throw them out as you go with water, and that's it. We are done with the whole freaking floor.
I am Grout.